to MuseMe. MuseMe. Hey everybody, what is up? We are on MuseMe TV. We're back. We're back, guys.
Who's we?
My engineer helper in the back, young Angel. We got you in the studio. All my fans. Hey everybody, hey, my Museians. What's up, Museians? Thank you. Welcome back to the show.
I've been on here before.
Yeah, you've been on here numerous times. This is actually your third appearance.
Is that already 3 times?
Yeah, it's actually been your third time already. Do you not remember the other two?
Well, I remember the first one for sure.
He doesn't remember shit. I don't even know why I invite him here to come. He's like, I don't even know why I do this.
I ate a cricket on that last. No, not the last one. The first one.
No, why?
Remember, you were having people eat crickets.
Oh, that's actually...
You forgot.
No, that's a good one. I like how you said that, though, because it makes it sound like there was a long, dead silence. Like, oh, man, I ate crickets that time. Kind of sounds like I'm just quiet for a long time.
This is where you put in a soundboard.
That would be sick, too. I need to have something like that. I mean, I have the feature that the PlayStation gives me, but I still can't connect it with what everybody else has.
That's kind of lame, though.
Obviously, I mean, it's not like I can use it right now. So what is up? Welcome back.
Not much. What are the topics today?
Today we got all kinds of stuff we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about SJWs.
Oh, no.
We're going to talk about Nazis. We're going to talk about white America. We got a lot of things to cover today, especially us coming from a minority.
I'm a minority?
Yeah, you are. We are.
That's news to me.
Not in this state, obviously, but in the polls we come up sometimes.
I don't know. I'm pretty white.
You think so?
I'm mostly white.
Whoa. Did you do the Ancestry.com thing?
Yeah.
23andMe?
Yeah.
23andMe, how much came out?
What do you mean? How much white came out?
Yeah.
That's a little awkward, dude.
I mean, obviously, there was a bunch of tests. What did the test say?
Let's see. I got Welsh.
Welsh.
Yeah, Welsh.
Okay, that's already
Irish.
a lot of part.
Scottish. Spanish. So, yeah. I got the white side covered.
He's got it all there.
Even German on my mom's side.
Jeez. It's not noticeable, that's for sure.
No. It's because I have a little Mexican in. That's all you see.
Well, that's life nowadays. We're all just one interbred species.
We're all going to look the same eventually.
Like the Goobacks.
The Goobacks.
The Goobacks. We're all going to look the same like the Goobacks. Do you remember that South Park episode?
Oh, yeah. Good reference.
Thank you. Kevin, you're awesome. Kev.
Oh, there's a chat going on.
Nice, yeah. We're just here hanging out, talking some Bologna. Anyways, let's bring up some topics.
All right.
We got to go see the Avengers re-release.
That sounds awful.
Why?
They just want to be Avatar.
So
the
what?
polls.
Beat the fuck out of Avatar.
Those two scenes were probably not very important if they didn't include them already.
So you don't think there's gonna be like a big surprise at the end?
I mean, there probably will be, but not really.
Come on, there has to be some. I think there's
nothing that's really worth going to pay to see it again. Someone will just record it and put it on Facebook or something, or Twitter.
So, how much footage do you think is going to be added? Not a lot, obviously, but
not. I don't think enough to justify buying it and seeing it again. Yeah.
Why not? It was a good movie.
It was all right. It wasn't my favorite
Of the year.
Like Infinity War was much better, I think.
Yeah, we had this discussion.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
But it makes sense because, like you said, Infinity War is more about the combination of all the movies that were coming up, like everything: Thor, Guardians, Iron Man, everything.
Infinity War was the climax that we deserved
from all of those movies built up, and then Endgame was just the climax of one movie. Like, we were just like, oh, well, we didn't have to build up a whole big story arc again because we just had everything off of that last movie.
Like, I get what Endgame was trying to do, and I appreciate it for that. But there's just a lot of aspects of it I didn't like. Like, big aspects, like the time travel.
Spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts coming up.
It's been over a month.
obviously the re-release is causing more people to go that
Yeah,
probably
people are gonna
haven't
see
seen it.
again. Yeah, so there's no excuse.
But yeah, I mean, it was good. I liked it. I think it's a good idea. Re-release it to beat Avatar.
Oh yeah,
Avatar is a good movie. Did you really like Avatar?
it was okay.
It was
It was okay.
it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't even see it in theaters.
Really, you just
Yeah,
waited.
I saw it at home.
Damn. I mean, that makes James Cameron feel bad.
Hey, where's Avatar 2? We're still waiting on that. They pushed it back again.
Was that ever supposed to come out?
Apparently,
Wow,
they're making it.
I didn't know that.
It's getting pushed back each time.
The only thing I can't deal with nowadays is how much Disney remakes are fucking coming out.
And they're pretty bad too.
I haven't even seen Aladdin yet.
I heard it was really bad.
Oh my god, I don't want to see it. I want to see it for like my childhood
You
purposes.
want to see it for Will Smith, that's why.
No, I don't want to see Will Smith.
Yeah, you do.
You already can tell.
I want to see Will Smith.
I don't know why they didn't like. No, come on. They should have painted him blue.
Just paint him blue.
Yeah, why not?
Go back to practical effects.
Yeah, just like Genie, just like straight up like he was blue. He was a blue genie.
I don't know if we're gonna see like a lot of practical effects for a while.
You don't think so?
Yeah, like prominently, like
'Cause-
they used to be.
What else is coming out that's a remake? Dumbo.
Dumbo already came out. That flopped.
Oh, it did? I didn't even notice.
I don't know if
that.
it flopped. It made money. People went to go see it, but it wasn't very good.
And then the other one was that's coming out is The Lion King.
Yeah, which I'm gonna go see.
That one looks a little bit more because I mean the whole thing is fucking CGI.
It looks good, but
The whole thing is CGI.
I don't know the point of live action when it's just all CGI.
That isn't live action. Why would you say live action at that point?
I want to see real lions.
Isn't that the purpose of live action? Like, do you think there's some scenes that maybe they got lions to work in it?
No,
At all? It's just all straight up CGI.
I'm sure they use lions as models.
Maybe that makes sense. Yeah, we have a principle or something to go off of.
Speaking of live action Disney remakes, did you ever watch the Jungle Book one?
No. Didn't they come out with two of them?
One of them's a Netflix special. That was by another dude. It's supposed to be more like authentic to the book,
Okay.
but they couldn't call it Jungle Book.
That's dumb.
But the one Disney made was not that great either.
Another flop.
Oh, again, made money because it's Disney. People went out to see it,
I still.
and that justifies them making more.
Well, that's what they're going to say about everything else that they make.
Yeah,
The shitty part about it all is that they own everything in the world.
only 20%.
I don't know how much that is, but that's still a lot.
Well, there's still a lot of other big companies making stuff. You got like Warner Brothers. They're making good stuff like
DC movies.
no, like Godzilla.
I
Well-
mean, that was cool too.
Well, I guess Legendary's making them, and WB's just distributing them.
Doing, yeah,
hmm
just WB distribution or something. I don't know.
Have you seen it? Oh yeah, you saw the new Godzilla with me.
Yeah,
It was really good.
it was
I
pretty
liked it.
sick.
I know a lot of people aren't gonna like it.
Really?
Yeah,
Spoiler alerts. It was.
I'm not gonna spoil that one.
Spoil it all.
I care about that one way more.
First of all, let me tell you about what Mothra did. Just kidding.
What didn't she do? You mean?
It was good. But it wasn't. I don't know. Movies nowadays are just. I don't know. Like, what is that one that we're seeing with The Rock and
What, Hobbs and
what's the other guy's name?
I don't know. I don't watch Fast and the Furious.
Oh my god, that guy's retarded. But we're gonna go see it.
Yeah, I want to see it because it looks amazing.
No, it doesn't. It's like, hey, they got rid of our guns. The mom, we got rid of our guns.
Mama, where's my guns?
Oh man,
I get rid of them. Oh, it looks awful.
it looks funny, like something
Yeah.
to make fun of.
That's what I mean when I say it looks amazing.
I can see that, like just to, like you said, to make fun of it or.
I think they're self-aware too. They know that they're really dumb. It's just a blast to watch them anyway.
Okay.
That's why people watch those Fast and Furious movies.
Oh shit.
It's not like they're like good stories or anything.
Really? Yeah. Well,
When's the last one that you saw?
I think the last one I saw was probably 3.
3?
I think so.
Tokyo Drift?
No, Tokyo Drift was 2.
No, Tokyo Drift is 3, man.
Is it 3?
Yeah. 2 is Too Fast, Too Furious.
Ah, too fast. Too fierce.
I'm not a big fan, but I know the lore.
Angel, do me a favor. On the YouTube one, is that audio on, or is it muted? Yeah. I don't know if you did.
I think you already forgot what you were talking about. We have a little technical issue going on.
Well, when you do open it, and when you do have it open, just make sure it's muted.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. Anyways, so how do you like the new design?
I like it.
I
I
mean,
like the new background.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get all kinds of copyright strikes. Like, yeah, what are you doing?
I mean, on YouTube probably, but they might not care.
I don't get how it works anymore. Like, everything is fucking
I think that's the whole problem because nobody knows how it works.
everybody. Everything gets claimed. Let's whistle a fucking song and it'll be claimed by somebody.
Even if you make it squeaky clean, no cursing, no nothing, you still get demonetized sometimes. Even smaller channels.
Thanks. Yeah, I could see that.
At least you haven't been struck.
I get hit sometimes because I've played audio from different clips on YouTube,
Oh, that's why.
and then somebody else has claimed them for their own. They're like,
It's UMG, dude.
we are not taking off your video, but you unfortunately can't make money off of it.
It's UMG. You know what UMG is?
What is it?
Universal Music Group, dude. They go all around YouTube looking for any hint of music, and they claim it as theirs.
So UMG is just like a big corporation.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that, guys? We're being taken down by the man.
They're a big problem on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, they copy strike everybody, even bigger guys.
Yeah, I don't know because I remember Mr. Beast and stuff were talking about getting copyrighted about shit like that. I know if it was by them, but it was for stuff like
I
that.
mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
What is it? UGI?
UGM.
UGM?
UMG, sorry.
UMG.
Universal Music Group.
Universal Music Group.
Yeah. How's the chat?
What's up? What's up?
I can't see the chat, so I don't know what you guys are saying.
It's okay. We're just hanging out, listening. Well, if you want to, go tune in to twitch.tv/MuseMe137. There's a better feed going on right now. But we're just broadcasting off the PlayStation. And we were just talking, having a good time, vaping. What do you feel about how technology is going with this stuff now? Remember back in the day getting like weed, and now
Yeah.
this is weed?
Yeah. I know the young me would have loved this.
Imagine the stuff we got away with.
This would have been amazing if I was like 15. They didn't even really have anything like this. Yeah, I think.
I don't think so. I think they had vaporizers, but it was like you put weed and it does dry weed.
What about you? You grew up a bit earlier than me. How was it for you?
It's amazing.
No, like back then.
Oh, see, that's what's funny is like here's a funny story. Like I remember, like stealing weed, but it wasn't weed. It was like leaves of the weed, so it was just nothing but shake. So I
mean,
was
you still get high.
I was super excited. I was like, hell yeah. And now that I'm older, I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I did that. But yeah, it's just the methods of getting it and stuff are just like ridiculous now too.
It's so easy.
Never would have thought that it would become legal.
I mean, it's almost legal here.
In this great state of New Mexico, the land of enchantment.
We're in Texas.
No, we're not. I don't want to be associated with that state at all.
Oh, no. It's getting better.
Yeah.
At least I hear it's getting better. They almost elected a Democrat. That was close.
Oh, man. We'll see. Okay, this is, again, where we're going to start talking about some touchy subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you on certain subjects on left and right leaning? Like, you can't just be like, oh, yeah, I'm super left on all my issues, and you just can't be, oh, I'm super right on all my issues.
I'm not.
But being from, like, that kind of state, you kind of get pushed into a category right away.
Yeah, but we're not in that kind of state. We're in a swing state.
Well, yeah, more.
I mean, right now we're blue, but we've been pretty red at times. So we're never just strictly one. So it's different here because you get a lot of a mix. I guess that's the same for bigger cities everywhere. More population just means more people with different backgrounds and beliefs.
So it's just the diversity.
Mm-hmm.
The more people that are in it, the obviously they can just associate it differently.
Like even though California's blue, there's still a lot of Republicans there, like a lot, because it's huge. You're gonna have people from that background.
I can see that. I just don't feel like they actually. Most of the time, it's a never-ending fight for things that make sense.
It's just gotten really extreme on both sides.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that again you have certain ideas for the left, you automatically all your ideas will get shoved that way, and that's kind of stupid because
It's a you're either with me or against me mentality.
yeah,
You can't just be like somewhere in the middle. But people hate fence sitters because what do you really stand for? You know,
yeah, like oh you're about this, but that means you're about this.
people want someone who's definitive on what they want and how they want it done. At least that's what I believe.
I guess I could see what you're saying,
Yeah, yeah.
but the main thing is that like those ideas from both sides are actually beneficial. We shouldn't just
Well, there's some good conservative ideas and there's some good like more liberal ideas.
well, even if it's not a good conservative idea, we should hear it because it would rational out the actual idea. Like, oh, this is actually a bad idea for a reason because it contradicts what is a good idea.
Yeah.
Or maybe a variation of that idea.
No, I know what you mean. It's good to hear both sides.
But we're not like that anymore. I feel like do you feel our country has lost that?
To an extent, yeah.
Was our country ever built on that?
Not exactly.
Will it ever become that?
I don't know. It's hard to predict right now, at least for me. Someone who's better at analyzing all these things would probably have a better answer for you.
So do you think, obviously there's more people that are more left and right, more centered people. Are there more emerging or is it just still a constant, oh yeah, I'm more of a left and oh yeah, I'm more of a right?
I think more like the center.
I honestly,
people are rising.
I honestly feel there's a lot more of the center of people just coming up with a mutual agreement in certain ideas. Because again, maybe you don't agree with it, but if there's a compromise around it, does that still make it acceptable? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. What I know is a lot of them, even though they're becoming a little more centered, are also becoming a little more lazy and inactive in this political system because they see no use for it. And I understand that. But I feel like you should, I'm sure you've heard this before, be the change that you want to see.
be the change.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if you want something to change, then go out there and do something about it, I guess.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
To the best of your abilities, of course.
Well, I mean,
I'm not telling you to go run for president.
no, I see what you're saying. You can always use those little examples too. As like, if you are the person doing change, other people notice and do it too.
Yeah.
Maybe they take like some kind of,
Or something simple as like voting. I know this is kind of a lecture, but you should probably go out and vote.
everybody should vote.
At least that way you have a say.
But then again, people think that it's rigged. They're like,
I mean,
I don't know if my vote even counts. Like
it counts, but it is rigged too.
Like in the sense of that it's more of a majority thing.
Sort of, but even then the majority doesn't always win. Because then you have things like in presidential elections, like electoral colleges, who they decide who the president will be.
Okay.
And you know all about them, right?
Yeah.
They're just supposed to be representations of their state.
And it all depends on population, right?
Yeah, usually a lot of the smaller states have more say. That way it evens it out with the bigger states. So they're just not shoving everyone around because they have more of a population, obviously.
Okay. I technically don't know. I don't run politics. I'm not a huge politician. But I mean, I get what you're saying. And there are some aspects of it that I feel are corrupt. Like are just like,
oh yeah, definitely.
What are they?
Especially the money in politics, dude.
Yeah, well, the way
It's
that is,
insane.
that's the worst. It's more of like a campaign thing instead of actually doing something
You
at
have
your
all
job.
these CEOs like running our country. It's not great.
The thing well, this is kind of what I heard is that like
Yeah.
it's more of the president is just spending money to get reelected for the next 4 terms.
Yeah.
Like they work really hard to get elected, and then while they're elected for those 4 terms, instead of actually doing something, they have to work to get elected the next 4 terms.
Well, you saw what he was doing this whole like 3 years. Well, 2.5 years.
I don't know what you mean by he.
The president, Trump.
Oh,
He was already campaigning like right after becoming president. He can't start campaigning again.
really?
Yeah, he's been campaigning for years.
Well,
already.
I mean, I don't know.
He let's see. Yeah, once he officially announced that he's running again, he made like 24 million in one day. But he won't disclose where he got that from.
What?
Because we all know it came from the super rich elites.
And this is why he doesn't want to give us his taxes.
I mean,
His
that
taxes.
and other issues.
That and other
'Cause
issues.
he's not as rich as he says he is, probably.
So, I mean, we've talked about this already before, but you obviously are not a Trump supporter.
No.
Mm.
I mean, I wish he would do good.
Mm-hmm.
You should always want your president to do good.
Yeah,
I don't want him to fail.
you're like, my president should be my president,
Yeah, like, well, he's our leader.
so he should be.
Hopefully he does something good.
I see what you're saying.
It's just that he never actually does. Where do you stand on that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, obviously, I disagree with a lot of things that he does or says, but then, you hear stuff from like conservative sides that are like, I don't know, like free speech or gun laws and stuff, and that's like, you know, kind of stuff I am for. But again, you hear stuff like pro-life and like creating the wall and stuff, and that's stuff that is just like, no, that's not. I don't feel like that's necessary in a sense.
I mean, the way they're doing it, yeah, the walls. That's just a bad idea that took off.
I mean, it's still going though, right?
Yeah, you have people building their own sections illegally.
Really?
Yeah, even here in New Mexico.
In New Mexico,
Well, down south.
wherever the closest to the border.
Yeah, you even had a little like a militant group, militant group, hunting down illegals, and like arresting them and stuff, all on their own.
Really?
Yeah,
That's so weird.
they were arrested. They were told them they don't do that again, but they'll keep at it.
So it's kind of like their own immigration thing going on. They're like,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna take control ourselves.
If these damn liberals won't do anything, then we will.
That's no. Then I don't see. That's another thing too. I don't know where I stand on that. Like, obviously, it's kind of bad because
It's a different issue for you too. See,
Well-
your background, you know.
yeah, but still, I mean, I understand the whole immigrants coming in here and being able to thrive, and other immigrants coming in here and just like taking advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I get the two-sided coin as well too.
Like, I don't think they should be coming here illegally.
But
They-
then what?
I
if,
think they should go through the proper channels.
okay.
But if they're here, they're here, you know. And a lot of them are already contributing to our society.
Yeah, a lot do actually have.
Like, they're working jobs that a lot of Americans don't want to work.
See, that's the thing though.
They're
is-
even paying taxes.
That's the thing though, is like you can say we're obviously looking at the positive side of all this, but there are probably the negative aspects
Oh, yeah, there's
of
negative.
the immigrants, of the actual drug dealers, of the people that come here just to be very like, you know,
A
criminals.
lot of those drug dealers that come from the border are Americans.
Really?
Yeah, they're the ones bringing them in. How do you think the drugs are getting in? They're
Mm.
coming through legal ports of entry.
No, just because they let them. They're like, "Hey guys, come in this way."
Yeah.
Dang. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Is that me?
No, but there was a firework outside.
Oh, I thought I hit the wall here.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was firework.
It's already that time of year, dude.
Damn.
You
It's-
never know. Down here in Albuquerque, it could be a gunshot.
It's those damn right wings. They're coming at us. Oh, man. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I can't get too upset about it. Politics are just not my cup of tea. I'm not very political.
It's a tricky subject.
Yeah, and it is very tricky because, again, once you start speaking out your views, you automatically get associated with one or the other side.
It's not even really my forte. I'd say the one who's really into it is Matt.
I don't know who Matt is. Who is Matthew? Tell us more about Matt.
Matthew, you've had him on here before.
Yeah, he's been on here twice.
Now he can really get into the politics.
Yeah.
I mostly know like a lot of surface level stuff.
I do actually need to ask him some questions. I don't really understand what's going on with the whole China thing in Hong Kong.
Oh, in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Well, like when England gave up Hong Kong like a couple years back,
Mm-hmm.
they promised they would go back to China in 50 years. And it looks like China's not going to keep that promise, and they're just going to take it back right away.
Oh, really?
Hong Kong's not happy with that.
I did. So that's what's going on.
Yeah, and Hong Kong's already used to not being China.
Oh,
They're
okay.
a lot different now.
Oh,
They're
okay.
way more like capitalistic and liberal. They're just more of an open country.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. They even have YouTube, unlike China.
But yeah, Hong Kong's inside of China, right?
No.
It's like
It's
on the
an
border.
island.
Oh, okay.
It is on like the sea border.
Oh, okay. It's like close, not close to Japan, but around.
It's not close. It's close, a lot close to China.
Okay.
There's just a lot of like sea in between a lot of the islands in the mainland China.
That's so fucked up. So China wants to take it because that's
They even had to build that huge bridge.
really
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that before.
the sea bridge that they built.
Yeah.
I know they were doing
From
this.
Hong Kong to China.
No, I know they were doing this thing where they're actually trying to take more of the South China Sea, so they're
Mhm.
making their own islands. So
Yeah,
they're-
artificial islands.
Yeah, they're throwing a bunch of sand and shit and making their own islands, so they claim it and they get more of the nautical mile. They're like, well, this is more of our sea land now. That's like, really?
It's like a 2-year-old going up to it and saying, "Mine.
Yeah, exactly. Throwing some sand on it. This is mine now.
This
But-
is China sand."
But I guess it just comes out through something of history. China just always thought that was theirs because it used to be theirs
I mean, yeah.
back in old times, back when China was ruling everything.
I mean, pretty much there. In that part of Asia.
Yeah. They have a weird history, too. I mean, I saw a few videos about their history, but
They have a rich history.
3 kings, 3 dynasty or whatever. Some crazy-ass story that I
I
haven't
mean, there's only like... There's not a lot of genetic diversity in China, I
Really?
hear. Yeah, because they only have so many, like, families. Like, family lineages. That's why you don't hear a lot of variation in Chinese last names a lot of the time.
Okay.
Because there's just a lot of them.
Is that a
Of
bad
the same
thing?
family. I don't know if it's a bad thing.
I would say it's a bad thing because then with more diversity, you actually get better in the evolutionary chain,
I mean, it's healthier.
right? Because
Mixes are healthier usually.
yeah, if you get the right mixes together,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Like, that's why inbreeding is so bad.
Yeah, that's another weird thing too, because I've noticed my mom just had some Chihuahuas,
Yeah.
and like they're already old enough, and they already like one of them wants to have sex with the sister, and it's just like that's kind of weird.
I think it's because
Animal instinct.
even though they know that, I think they know they're related. It's, yeah, like you said, animal instinct just to have children anyway.
It's so weird.
And they're in close proximity anyway. So I guess it's bound to happen.
Because then that sucks too. Because after a certain amount of time, doesn't the dog just know like, God damn it, I need to stop this?
I don't know.
Nope, it doesn't. It just keeps going.
I don't know too much about dog breeding.
Guilty pleasure. I don't know.
I feel bad for those dogs.
Yeah, well, it's the first generation, so hopefully the next one doesn't come out. Because it's just, my mom had a Chihuahua, then it had babies, and now these babies are old enough, and now they're kind of starting to mingle. So hopefully they don't do anything, because then this would be the first generation of the inbreds.
Do they have the father? Like the father Chihuahua?
Not around.
Okay.
He's not there no more.
Because with my family, my female Chihuahua, she had a lot of puppies too, like from the same male, but that male went and bred with one of his daughters, so she had puppies too.
Okay.
They didn't come out weird or anything. It's just
Not yet.
interesting that
Yeah.
he went to one of his daughters.
That I guess it has to take like a I don't know, just after a certain amount, right? After a certain lineage, it's just like third generation. Then that's when the defects start coming in. I don't know how it works.
That's why purebreds usually have a lot of health problems. Like a lot of the larger ones have like hip dysplasia.
Yeah, or like bad breathing or something. Well, depending on what breed it is. But
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Like bulldogs. Ugh.
That's just
I
the
feel bad
worst.
for bulldogs. They're the most messed up.
And they're supposed to be amazing dogs.
Well, I mean, they're expensive dogs.
They're cool.
I like them. They're not my favorite, but I like them. I don't know if I'd ever own one though.
What is your favorite breed of dog? Do you have a favorite breed of dog?
I think I do.
The Chihuahua?
No.
The Chihuahua.
I like Chihuahuas, but no.
Chihuahuas are retarded.
One of my favorites is the Bull Terrier.
The Bull Terrier.
Yeah, Bull Terriers are nice. Do you know which ones those are?
Yeah.
The long noses.
Yeah.
I like those guys.
Those are cool. I've always been a fan of the Huskies. Huskies
are nice.
nice, pretty dogs.
I feel bad for Huskies that live here though,
Oh man.
because it gets so hot for them.
That I know, right? That sucks.
You're lucky your dog's short hair.
Yeah, like a mixed damn mutt.
What did she have? Pit bull, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be pit bull and
She looks like a pit bull a lot.
Siberian Husky.
She kind of looks more like a mix of a German Shepherd though to me,
You think so?
because of those standing ears, the way they stand up like that.
Yeah, I could see that. It's those stupid eyebrows.
Yeah,
That's to really give her
they give her a lot of character.
the Siberian Husky look. Dogs. Dogs.
Is that the subject?
Well, that's crazy to think about. We can always go into like where dogs came from because like it's just, inbred of a wolf.
Speaking of wolves,
Oh no.
did you hear about that 40,000-year-old wolf head they found, like almost intact?
40,000?
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
They uncovered it from like permafrost that was melting, and it still has fur. It has like a tongue still. Its teeth intact. Its eyeballs, I think.
I wonder what they're gonna do with that.
They're probably gonna study it as much as they can. Because they found a deer too, like a really old one,
Okay.
about the same age, and it still had like stomach juices and shit.
Interesting.
Like it still had urine in its bladder too.
Yeah, it just like got completely frozen
Hmm.
and then just from there
It's like a snapshot
preserved
of that time period.
with those two animals.
Almost perfect.
Wait, it's just the head of
the wolf, yeah. But the deer is like the whole
Whole
body.
body is intact.
Yeah. Ooh, good idea.
That's actually really sick. Like to think. What else could be uncovered in the ice? There's so much stuff.
Well, they found like a baby mammoth too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, fuck, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but the global cataclysm that shaped what North America really is. So I guess there's multiple times. There's more times that the flood story has actually happened.
Yeah, you hear it in a lot of like older epics, like the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Stuff like that. So one thing that I've heard that I've been watching a lot of videos and stuff on is that there's actually been more recent disasters that's happened to this earth that kind of says that we just there were humans on here and then it just got rewritten again.
You
And then-
talking about the simulation thing?
No, not really a simulation thing, but like say if it was
There's other sentient life at least.
no, not even really sentient life. It's just a pre-existing society before us, but it got wiped away by a global cataclysm.
I mean, I don't know if it was humans though. It could have been.
No, well, yeah,
Like
exactly.
an advanced like society.
Yeah, because this goes back into the whole fucking mystery of the pyramids and
So
stuff
what,
like that.
Atlantis.
Yeah, we can go with that. We can go with Atlantis.
Because a lot of people say that was the oldest, ancientest society.
Yeah.
But we don't even know if it really existed.
There was this other place too, though, Göbekli Temple.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
They recently discovered it in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
but it actually predates the Sphinx. So it's older than that. It's a pyramid-like structure. It's like There's even it's kind of broken up into like ceremonial things. Like it was actually
like steps, like the Mayan ones.
not really
Lincoln.
steps, but it's actually really fucking torn down and like destroyed now. But the way that it is now, the way that they've uncovered it, they dated it, and it's actually older than stuff in Egypt.
Speaking of which, they dug up a mummy in Chile that's even older than all of the Egyptian mummies that we found.
Really?
Yeah. And at that time, well, we didn't know that other societies were mummifying at that time before the Egyptians.
Okay, so it's just like, oh shit, somebody else did it before the Egyptians.
Yeah, like, I think they were saying like 5,000 years before the Egyptians or something.
Okay,
And that's like a pretty big discovery.
I can see that.
Like, a lot of civilizations in South America and like Mexico developed a lot like Egypt around the same time too,
Yeah.
because they were building pyramids around the same time as well without communication with each other,
Yeah.
as far as we know.
Well, see, that's the thing too, is though, like, did Egypt build the pyramids, or did there was pyramids before and then Egypt found them?
You think aliens?
No, I don't think it's aliens, but I feel like there was again some kind of ancient society before Egyptians, and they were wiped out by a global cataclysm, and then thousands of years later we re-evolved again, and Egyptians found it.
What's interesting about that is we're still pretty unclear on how they like built the pyramids back then.
Yeah.
We know they probably weren't using slaves.
And it wasn't
They didn't trust the slaves to build something that like difficult.
and it's just harder to imagine the time period of it. Like, obviously it would have taken decades and really, really long
Like-
periods of time, but
We don't know how they built up like that without using cranes and stuff,
yeah.
or even how they lug those giant bricks. They weigh a lot too.
Even the Sphinx itself is
It's a mystery.
it has a water erosion that makes
Yeah.
it look like it came from precipitation. If that's the
But
case,
it's in the desert.
yeah, if that's the case, then why is it in the desert? Because that means at that time when Egyptians say they built it, it was all desert-like. But if you go back farther in the Earth's history to about 10,500 BC, that's when there's actually rainfall and green, luscious lands in Egypt at that time.
Yeah, yeah. The climate changes a lot everywhere.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is like that global cataclysm that changed the way everything looks. Again, there was a civilization,
Yeah.
they built everything, and we just got wiped out. And okay, I'm thinking it's more than once too, because obviously there was a civilization that was here with the dinosaurs, and they got wiped out.
Wait a minute.
I'm not saying an advanced civilization, but I'm saying that's the start of another
You're
civilization.
saying there's people with the dinosaurs?
Maybe not like, I'm thinking not actual,
Not humans.
no, not human,
Because
but
mammals weren't even close to evolved.
not to the extent that we know of, but there were exactly like maybe like ape-like figures that were more upright.
Probably not ape-like, because mammals weren't really anything at that time. We were just small, like, little rodent-like things.
Really?
Mostly, yeah.
I don't know.
That's one of the reasons we survived, is because we would just
We
burrow
burrowed.
underground. And one thing mammals have over a lot of other like birds and reptiles is parenting. Like they would stay there and actually like rear the child.
Yeah.
So that way, when the child comes out a little older, he's already experienced and knows how to fend for himself. And one advantage to being a mammal too is getting your mother's milk. So the little child doesn't have to go out and find food for itself right out of the egg or whatever.
Okay.
Like, crocodiles.
Yeah, or other bird-like or
Yes.
reptiles. And that's funny to think too, that there's that kind of transition into that too, because like a bunch of fish lay eggs,
Yeah.
except certain ones like mammals, like dolphins and whales. They don't lay eggs; they actually do
By
have
birth.
birth. Yeah, that's so crazy to think about.
There's one mammal that lays eggs. Or is it two? I think it's two. The platypus and the echidna,
Yeah,
I believe.
and they lay eggs.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's crazy to think about.
They're outliers, though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know too much about them, though. to say definitively.
Okay.
They're interesting though, and there's some reptiles like some snakes and some lizards, some fish like sharks that give live birth to, and they're obviously outliers in their own communities.
Yeah. And that's crazy to think about too, because that's just like kind of differing from the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone already assumes that like, oh, all the mammals do this, oh, all the amphibians do this, but then they have this going on, and it kind of like,
It shakes things up.
yeah.
And scientists are like, whoa, 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 take a step back here. We already established something.
That's what's kind of crazy, that like the way things are going now with how people feel with their gender and stuff. Because if maybe they have, I don't know if they've already come up with this argument and stuff, but there are already some fish and some amphibians that play the role of two genders at one time.
Well, yeah, like especially a lot of frogs.
Yeah.
They can breed with themselves.
The seahorse kind of does
Yeah, the
that
male
kinda.
seahorse carries the eggs.
Yeah.
And then gives birth, obviously.
So if in this kind of aspect, if I was really trying to like associate us all being one, we all kind of have the same genetic build. We just have a small different in our genetic path.
Well, yeah.
Like obviously, if I break you down to the beginning cores of what you are, you just pretty much start off with the atom, neutron, and electron.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like me.
We're all built of that.
Yeah, kind of like this microphone. We all start off with the core principle. Just the way that they're arranged is what makes it what it is. And just the way I'm arranged is what makes you what it is. At that point, though, what makes us different from one of those fishes or one of those mammals that does play the role of two fish or two genders or two sexes?
It's just the chromosomes.
See, that's the thing, though, is like
a chromosome off from a dolphin and a banana.
yeah, but they have that thing already in nature. So we shouldn't freak out so much when obviously someone comes out and is like, hey, I'm transgender. The thing that people I feel, are having this situation about this is how they're coming out is very aggressive like.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's because there's a lot more acceptance now. And there's more push to come out. So you're not just hiding yourself away and torturing yourself, because I do feel bad for a lot of these people, because a lot of them tend to be suicidal.
Yeah.
Because within their own communities, there's high suicide rates.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Because there's a lot of bullying that goes on, or just outright hate.
Yeah, but it's not only that too, but it's like not acceptance. Like, it's socially awkward as well. Like I mean,
I think something like that's going to take time for it to become more of a norm in our society.
Okay.
Because, like you said, not everyone's willing to accept it just yet.
Okay.
It's because it's new. It's a new concept that's probably been around. Like, I'm sure there's famous people in history who thought, maybe I'm a girl, but obviously couldn't express it. Or they thought something was wrong with them.
Yeah.
There's just no precedent for it yet, so we have to wait and see.
What do we do when it becomes more of a physical or social thing? Like, obviously, in the case of somebody being able to break records because they're transgender, joining that gender field. That one's
a hard one.
The male being a female, but yet
mean.
breaking a bunch of records in the female division, claiming he is a female.
I mean, that one's tricky. I don't have a good answer for that one.
I don't want to touch that with the 30-foot pole.
Because I feel like whatever I say, I might offend someone harshly.
That's the thing that we would like to establish, though.
Yeah.
Is like, what is acceptable? Like, should there be a category at that point for people that are transgender females? Because then that would be another category inside of a sports competition.
I guess to them, they are female, so doing that would be discriminatory in their eyes.
I love how you already put words like, it'd be discriminatory in their eyes.
Yeah.
But, like, why?
Because, like I said, they view themselves as women, or if they're a transgender male, they view themselves as male.
Because you have to take certain fitness tests just to do certain things.
Yeah. Like, not everyone's the same fitness.
Obviously, so. I mean,
But if you have the better fitness to help you out, then I guess it's all the better for you. They can't disqualify you because you're more fit.
I don't know though. In that aspect, I do kind of feel like
There's a
it's-
little bit of unfairness right now, I
it's
think.
very unfair right now.
They're going to have to really figure out some way around that.
Would you agree that right now, the strongest female could not beat up the strongest male?
I don't know. I don't know.
You wouldn't agree with that?
Because it doesn't always come down to brute strength.
Wow.
Like for real though, in a real fight.
Okay.
Like let's say you and your opponent
The
are,
most
are physically
okay.
matched.
Okay, the most highly, very advanced woman fighting John Wick.
John Wick. Well, no one can beat John Wick.
There you go.
No one can-
There you go.
But that's not a male-female issue.
Yes, it is.
That's a John Wick versus you issue.
But obviously, John Wick is. He is in sex, like in gender. What is he? Does he identify as a woman?
He's a sex machine. That's what
Oh
he is.
yeah, he's a Keanu Reeves is a god. But anyways, you get what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying is like
There's an inherent unfairness, it seems. But again, it's hard to like really qualify that because people have differing opinions on that matter.
That's true. I mean, even though there's like, yeah, I mean, I can't be like, hey, let me go find the strongest woman in the world and put the strongest man ever and have them fight. Like, I cannot do that.
No, I mean,
But
maybe if you have the money.
but with statistics and what is out there right now, I can safely say that the strongest woman cannot beat up or. Yeah, probably they can.
He hurt.
Yeah, they'll
She
probably
could
kick
hurt.
his ass. But
Don't
she
disqualify
probably.
the woman just yet.
But she cannot. Obviously, like, I don't think it would be that like.
What if she gave the strongest kick to his strongest nuts?
No, I mean, that would be kind of intense.
I'm sure that'll knock him out. Then she'll win.
Just like, there goes the wind, there goes the air.
Even though you shouldn't be doing crotch shots, I feel like crotch shots are fair game.
Isn't anything fair game, literally?
Well, in a street fight.
Even if you're not in a street fight, like
Like, it probably should be fair game, but I know why they don't. Because it could really damage down there if you do it too hard.
I honestly feel like if you're in a fight, you can do whatever you want.
Well, yeah, it's a fight. You win the way you should, like, the best way possible.
I'm gonna kick in the nuts. Kick in the nuts.
Like, I've never done it, but that's only because I feel people look down on me if I did it.
Why?
Because they see it as not cheating, but skirting the edge of cheating. Because it's an unwritten rule. And sometimes just a written rule. Not to kick in the nuts.
Well, okay, so then what if it's an accident, though? You, like, try to kick them in the inner thigh and you kick them in the nuts.
Just a little nut tap.
Or that, too.
You accidentally slip.
There you go. I don't know how it works.
I've done that before.
Ew, that sounds weird. I'm just nut tapping all day. Anyways, well, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun little segue we went off onto.
Little tangent.
Yeah. Anyways, so you're not gonna go see Endgame re-release?
Probably not, no.
Why?
I don't know.
We
It's
just
really
went
worth
over.
it.
We just went over all this. Well, okay. Well, now good to know. Good to know
Yeah.
not to invite you.
I mean, I might go if you pay.
Oh yeah, no thanks. Not this time. What else? What else is going on out there in the news? Oh man, I want to talk about something, but I forgot. It was something hot.
You got to take notes, man.
Hot.
You got to take notes.
That's true too.
Write them down.
I always think of like something that's going on. I'm just like, yeah. Oh, I don't know if you heard about this. Do you remember the show Arthur?
The kids show, Arthur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually been a while ago, maybe like 3 weeks ago, but
Oh, Ratburn.
yeah, they aired that episode
They banned it in some places, I
in
think.
some states. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in some countries, too.
Really? No, I don't think
Yeah.
they played in all countries. They played in a lot of countries.
I mean, it's not in all countries, but they play Arthur in other countries.
I think they played in Canada. I think they probably played in
In
parts of the
and
UK.
stuff. Like, a lot through Europe.
Yeah.
I think Russia.
Well, Russia does not play Hey
They might.
Arthur.
They might. They get a lot of U.S. media. They're not disconnected from us like China.
Not as bad.
China's the one that doesn't even have YouTube or anything.
That's so weird to
They
think
don't
about.
allow their people to have YouTube.
They have versions of our TV shows and stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
their own kind of like written sitcom. It's like
Yeah.
Friends.
That's another interesting thing about movies now too. A lot of like big movie like making companies and stuff. Like not obviously not on the level of Disney or anything, but like Legendary Pictures are bought by like big Chinese companies. And they just market all these movies and make all these movies for the Chinese market
Okay.
because they know that's where they're going to be making most of their money now.
Well, I heard that it was more of like a.
So if it flops in America, it's all right if it does well in China.
Well, that's only they. China only has this list where they only allow, I think it's 8 to 10 movies a year
Yeah.
to come out. So all the movies that come out in America, they only pick 10 of them to be released in China.
And some of them are tailor made for China.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like Transformers 3, I think was
Godzilla.
Godzilla. So was 2012, that stupid movie. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
The Chinese saved us. They're the ones
Yeah.
that build the arcs.
But that's also the reason for this weird shift in storytelling in these blockbusters. Because they're not marketing for the American audience as much anymore.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that anymore.
I mean, they still are, obviously. They want to make money here.
Yeah.
But it's more for the Chinese audience. And
10 movies, though.
10.
That's all you get a year. We
I
come out with
mean-
what?
That depends on what you mean.
80 to 90 movies a year, and they only
Like-
get to pick 10.
Hollywood comes out with,
Hundreds.
I wouldn't say hundreds.
20s.
Because there's a lot of smaller productions that aren't really Hollywood's doing.
Like Sundance films and shit like that.
Yeah. Did you ever want to go to one of those movie festivals?
I went to one.
Did you?
There was one here in Albuquerque
Oh, yeah?
called the 48-Hour Film Festival.
Oh, that's only 48 hours. I'm talking about, like, the week-long ones.
Well, the 48-Hour Film Festival, what it is you are in a competition with a team of people, and they give you a topic, and you have to make a movie in 48 hours.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that kind of film festival.
It's the kind of same thing because you make the movies and
Well,
then
that's
you
true
have to
'cause,
watch the whole thing at a viewing party and have like judges and critique the same
Oh,
way.
I think I remember. Weren't you guys a part of that?
Yeah.
You guys were making a movie.
I've done it twice though, but I did it once.
I remember the one that you guys made with the space one.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was in space.
Well, not space. It was
supposed
like,
to be something about the future.
yeah, it was a guy from the future.
It was kind of funny. We should totally enter though. It's available to the public.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could film something.
Yeah, because you just have to wait the day of to find out what your topic is. And then you have 48 hours to make a movie of it.
Oh boy.
I know. It sounds pretty fun, though.
Let's just start on scripts for everything that we can think of right away.
Well, I think you would start off with a very vague and general script. I think that would be a better idea.
First, let's just come up with a premise and then just set it in that genre.
Right? Because what were some of the categories? I think some of the categories were like, oh, man. Hey, Angel.
Yeah, what's up?
On the laptop, go to Albuquerque 48-Hour Film Festival
Oh no.
and look up the categories for it.
Can you go help him out with that?
No, I need to actually change this though.
Oh, you're lowering the volume. Wait, can they see this now too?
Huh?
Can they see this now too?
This?
Well,
No,
on
they'll
YouTube.
They'll see whatever we're gonna put on the screen.
Okay, cool. I don't want to leave them out.
Yo, they can be left out all they want. I don't think they'll be able to hear it.
I don't think Chad appreciates that on him.
Albuquerque what?
What's up?
Albuquerque what?
Albuquerque Film Festival, but you're supposed to do it on the laptop.
I think you confused him.
I know. It's a lot, though. This is his first time doing this. You're doing good, man.
You just threw him into it.
Keep it up, dude.
Like, hey, here's this new system I just came up with.
I didn't just come up with this. I've been trying to do this for a while now, but it's just we never really had the chance to try it out. So we never really implemented it. You're the first guest to actually
Yeah, I'm your first time.
all of this. No, not on YouTube. Just go on Google. I say, yeah, we're
Oh,
live.
look, that's us. We can watch ourselves.
48-hour film festival.
Not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna type in Google and YouTube.
48-hour Albuquerque Film Festival. Yeah, put Albuquerque.
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
where you live. Remember?
2019. Let's do it up. Is it 2019? Yeah, but it
What?
doesn't matter. There it
The
is.
year?
Go to where it
It's
says
film project.
filming rules. It's the same thing.
What? A festival and a project is not the same thing.
It's a project with a festival attached to it.
Okay.
We're looking for how it works. Go to how it works. Up on the top panels. There you go. Go down. What do we look? General drawings. You see it? It's the first one. Yeah.
What's genre drawings?
Oh, genre drawings.
Did you
I'm
say
sorry.
general?
Sorry. I'm dyslexic, dude.
Me too.
All right. See, those are the categories. First group: action adventure, comedy, dark comedy,
Hey, I could do comedy.
detective cop, drama, fantasy.
Porn.
What is that? Film de femme, right? That second one up there.
I think that's like the feminist category.
And then horror, musical. Imagine trying to make a musical.
You're a music guy. You could do that easy.
That's what I love about this. Though it's random, so you don't know which category of this you would get. Mystery, romance, school
Like I
film.
said, just start a premise for all of these right off the bat.
What do you think would be a good premise for if you saw this
Like
whole
a blanket premise?
yeah, like a blank thing to start off with everything. Like you can kind of do something with all of this if you had to start off with an idea.
With an idea, you say?
So you have an idea, but you want it to be vague enough that if they pick any one of these, you could attach it to it right away.
Man is enjoying current life.
Man enjoying current life.
He loses something
He loses something.
or needs to find something.
Okay.
Goes on journey.
Okay.
Finds said thing.
Okay.
There you go. There's your movie.
All right. Now let's look for one. Fantasy. Damn. Okay. So what is this guy? He lost something, right?
Yeah, let's just say he's a peasant.
He's a peasant. He's a small little peasant.
His parents were killed in like a knight's raid.
A knight's raid, right?
So he goes out, becomes a knight,
Has a
And-
pet dragon.
has a pet dragon, and plans to assassinate the king.
There you go.
The king who ordered the death of his parents.
And he doesn't know. The king doesn't know that
The
he's
king
coming.
doesn't know, yeah.
The king doesn't know he's coming.
He becomes his right-hand man.
Oh man, with the dragon.
Yeah. Then he kills him.
Then he kills him. That's the most amazing fantasy
The
story
end.
ever. All right, scroll down a little more. On the
Is that Bernie
laptop.
Sanders right there?
Is
Under
it?
Thriller?
Thriller and suspense. Okay, there's a second category now.
Uh-oh.
You have what we're gonna do is they mix the two. So say if you got action
Oh,
adventure,
it's a subgenre.
yeah. So you have something else to put with it. So
Okay.
what was that? Animal film, a buddy film.
Buddy film? Just use the dragon. There you go.
He's good to go.
It's a buddy cop film now.
Climate film.
A climate film?
Yeah,
2012, but on a smaller scale.
on a smaller scale. Or what is it? The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is that other one there? Family film.
Mockumentary?
Fish Out of Water.
Oh,
Generational Gap. Period piece. Slapstick. I wonder what that is. What is slapstick?
It's a form of comedy.
A
It's
slap-
physical comedy.
Oh, slapstick comedy.
Yeah, it's like physical. You know, like old Tom and Jerry and stuff.
Like jokes
Hitting
of
each other over the head with like frying pans and shit.
like falling onto tables and
Yeah, it's
stuff.
slapstick.
Road movie.
Oh, road trip.
A political film. A sports film.
Political. Sports. Can we just kick a ball around?
I know, right? The kickball, or no, it'd be something like basketball.
And like half of the movie is just one guy saying "Go."
Every couple clips goes back to that. Spy, espionage, and vacation.
Oh, that sounds kind of boring.
So yeah, you would enter this the day of. They would pick two of those, and then they would give it to us, and then we would have to make a movie based on this.
Which two did you get again? Science fiction and
Future.
future.
Something about the future. I think it probably was a period piece.
Oh, like Squidward, right?
Something like that.
Future.
Future. So yeah, that was fun though. I mean, I want to kind of do it again. Every time I see the Facebook notifications about it coming up, I'm like, this would be fun.
So it's like a contest, right?
Yeah. And then if you win, yours goes to like this really big festival. Like your automatic entry into this big festival.
Who won last time you entered?
I don't remember. Some stupid.
Was it pretty good or
I don't remember actually.
like how was yours compared to the others? Because I only saw yours.
It was probably out of if there was 50 of them, we probably made it
Into the 50?
no until like what 30.
I mean, it's better than 50.
I honestly don't know.
Out of the top 50, you were 30.
There were some shortcuts where I know they got upset. Like they tried to use this lady's house. Like they asked this.
Oh, I
lady-
remember that.
Yeah, they tried to use this
You were
lady's
filming
house,
that house.
and it wasn't even their house. And they're like, she was getting upset because everybody, like actors and stars, were being kind of disrespectful, and then the road crew and guys, like the people working the cameras and stuff, were just like slobs. And
Do you have to have your own camera guys or what?
yeah, everything's all
It's all you.
us.
Okay.
Everything, the script writing, the cameras, the audio props, all of it's us.
So the quality depends on you.
Yeah.
Let's
Some
say,
of the winners were actually shitty quality too. I
let's
saw
say
some
you
past
you were to
winners.
do it now, like that same film. Do you think you could have done it way better now?
The film that we're doing that I did with Madison back then.
Yeah, like if you had the equipment you have now and the knowledge you have now.
Probably not the quality. The story, I think I could have probably done better.
Yeah,
The story was kind of.
because it could only be like what, 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
I think it only can be 15 minutes. Yeah. You only have 48 hours to film a whole movie.
So it could be longer
Yeah, I think
if you have the time.
I don't know exactly what the rules are for how long it could be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could probably look it up, but there is a certain amount of time that you can do it for.
Probably in like no more than 30 minutes or something.
I would assume, like a 15-minute short. It had to be something short.
Because they're judging you on the quality of your short film making.
I don't think it's all just the quality though. I think it's storytelling. I think it's cinematography, and as well as quality, visual music. There's a lot of different categories that you can win in.
Like you don't think you have better equipment than them?
They had some amazing cameras. They had some amazing sound guys.
Oh, that's right. You were like a group.
Yeah, I got to work with a bunch of people. So I was actually helping Madison in the costume department.
Yeah.
And there was another girl that was helping Madison as well. So
Like, did you know all of them or what?
the one that I knew the most was my friend Evan.
Yeah.
Evan, he's the one that was working camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how he knew, but he asked me, he's like, "Hey man, you think you would want to ask Madison if you guys want to do this?" Because he already knew that Madison was into costume making and stuff, and already
They wanted her help.
already doing like something in film. Like she was already kind of going to school for that kind of stuff. So they went for that, and it was fun. I mean,
I think we get together and make something. I think Jordan would really be interested in that
I think that would be sick.
because he's going to film school too now.
Yeah, so it'd be a good idea. And again, it's not like we have to like make a masterpiece. We can make something that is comedically funny. What if we end up making some? What if we made something?
Or maybe so bad that it's funny.
Yeah, exactly. What if it went viral in the
Unintentionally.
bad way? Yeah. I've always heard the saying that it doesn't matter what publicity, good or bad, it's just publicity.
Still publicity, yeah.
No matter what it is.
The bad publicity can ruin you.
Yeah, it actually can. I mean, you could always be associated with being the bad publicity.
Like it could affect you mentally too, depending on who you are,
That's true.
and depending how bad the publicity is.
What's an example? What are you thinking? You think like so you don't think the Michael Jackson thing was that bad? So Michael Jackson obviously
Which part?
the bad publicity of touching kids.
uh,
Do you think that drove him crazy, or he was just like, whatever, you guys?
he was already there,
I have too much money for me to care.
and everyone being like pressuring him really didn't help either.
Yeah.
He really just wanted his childhood back. His father had taken that away from him.
Did you ever see the documentary Losing Neverland? Or
Yeah.
Leaving Neverland?
I think I have.
Don't watch it.
Why?
You haven't watched it.
I don't think I have.
You
Then.
haven't watched it then.
I've seen some documentary, an older one.
There's the newest one that came out. There's kids that Michael Jackson allegedly molested, they actually finally came out.
Yeah.
But they came out in a very horrific and kind of gross way. Like they came out on HBO with a documentary.
Oh, I thought you would say they came out on Pornhub or something.
No, that would be even weirder. But the way they were describing it too, they're describing his penis and the way he touched him and stuff.
It was so thin.
They're like, it was. I can't even describe it.
At first, it was hot.
At first, it was hot. It was kind of gross, but whatever. Why? The thing I find funny is that like after Michael Jackson's death, now
That's when they come out.
Yeah.
Because they're not afraid.
No, because they ran out of money. Like Michael Jackson was probably paying them off, and nobody's paying them off anymore.
That's the thing. There's a whole theory saying like these parents let these kids, like,
Yeah,
go through that so they can get the settlement and stuff.
And not only that is like what are you gonna do if Michael Jackson came up to you and was like, "Yeah, I'll buy you a house," and then he buys you a house and it's like, "Hey, I'm gonna play with your little kids," and then you're like, "I don't care, I got a house.
I don't give a shit.
You just bought me a house."
Go diddle his nutsack or whatever. Little Tommy will be fine in the future. This won't mentally scar him for years.
He's done this before. But see, that's the thing is like, it wasn't like I don't know. None are they mentally scarred? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. How'd
Macaulay
they see him?
Culkin, look at Macaulay Culkin. He looks fine.
I mean, there was more to Macaulay Culkin than Michael Jackson.
He's fine.
You know he's making videos with Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah. He has his own YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's trying to make a comeback, I guess.
I think it was. There's a movie coming out. Is it?
there?
Is that true, Angel? There's a movie coming out. This just in. He's a movie coming out. Just kidding.
Is that true?
Oh no, he does. I saw something on Netflix. I did see something on Netflix with him.
I don't know if he would be a good actor anymore because he really hasn't done much.
He's gonna try to play like a Seth Green kind of character, like that kind of funny, dopey kind of guy.
Like you see him kind of acting on the Angry Video Game Nerd,
Really?
and it's not the best. I don't know if he's giving it his all because it's just a YouTube video, but
I hear what you're saying. And then he has a stupid podcast about bunny ears.
does he? I didn't know about that.
They like, Angel, look up his podcast. He has a podcast where he like puts up bunny ears and he just like, I don't know. It's just like, just look up Macaulay Culkin podcast. But I think it has to do with bunny ears, but it's called the Bunny Ears podcast. Just type it in on Google up there and maybe it'll come up.
Like real bunny ears or
Yeah.
TV bunny ears?
Your guess is as good as mine at that point. Do you know how to spell Macaulay Culkin? He doesn't know how to spell it either.
No.
There it is. I see it.
Oh, that's right. We can see that from here.
And just go podcast.
Of course, he has a podcast. Everyone has a podcast.
Everyone has a podcast.
Looking at you.
Bunny Ears Podcast. See, that's what it's called. And he just has like it's this, like what we're doing, but they put bunny ears on.
Like, is he high when he's doing that?
I hope so. I really hope so. I learned a lot though.
From him?
Not from him, but from the on the Joe Rogan show. He was on the Joe Rogan Experience not too long ago, maybe like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So I learned some cool little things about him.
Like how he was addicted to heroin?
Yeah. And he tried his best to not be addicted, but you know, the addiction just hits you.
Then he wanted to do it again. I know, it's hard getting unaddicted.
I mean, I don't know, man. Do you think you're addicted to do anything right now?
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. To any kind of drugs or any kind of paraphernalia.
Oh, I'm not addicted. Sure, I like doing it all the time, but I'm not addicted. Like, there's been times where I had to stop for like weeks on end.
I don't know.
But it didn't kill me.
So you down to do sober October?
No.
What?
No, if I have a choice in it, I'm not doing that.
What a little bitch. So you are addicted.
I mean, to a point where I just don't want to drop it like that.
Well, you wouldn't be dropping it though. I mean, you obviously would pick it up after the month.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
No.
Sober October.
My birthday month? No.
That's your birthday month?
Yeah.
Oh. Even more.
Excuse me?
But there's a lot of cool stuff in Sober October, like fucking Oktoberfest. What else is in the
So you want me to drink?
You can't. You can't do anything.
You want me to go to Oktoberfest?
You can't. If you do Sober October, you can't do anything.
You said Oktoberfest.
I'm just telling you what's going on.
I can't do Oktoberfest. That's all drinking. That's lame, dude.
I think I lost connection to the PlayStation.
Did you?
Connection. It's trying to reconnect over here too.
Are we still live?
Look at the. What does it look like at the modem? What does the modem say?
Do you still see the chat or no?
No, it's all gone. It all just went blank.
Well, that blows. Are we still live though?
No, it just all went blank.
All of it. Oh.
The internet went out.
Oh yeah, it did. Look,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
What does it say?
It says it's off over here.
Yeah, it's off. Fuck.
Oh, that sucks.
That was fun. We did a good fucking rant.
We probably should have ended it earlier.
Fuck no, I wanted to go at least around at 20.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, why does everything like this happen to me?
Our internet goes out like that too sometimes. Yeah. Like for some reason in the middle of the night it will do that.